Quite an interesting observation here, actually, with this dash cluster. I'm not sure if it applies to all of them, but we'll see. So just the cluster off here, so we'll just apply 12 volts into the instrument, and we'll just move over to the frequency counter here. We're going to just initially, well, first of all, you normally just chuck a square wave into the cluster at 12 volts peak to peak, and normally start it off with frequency of 100 hertz. Cool. So at the moment we haven't enabled the output, and I'll just click the old enable output there, and we've got the cluster just going at 140 kilometers an hour, and then the numbers will just tick over here. Okay, so this is what's the interesting part. So we'll just refine this so it's more of an accurate readout. There we go, 140. Get that side on. Yep. And then what I'm going to do, so that's currently at 97 hertz. I'm going to change the type of output here. So I'm going to change it to a square wave. Actually, what we might do is change it to a 120. See if I can get that dead on here. I can. Okay. And then change it to a sine wave. Make sure it test still is valid. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. So have a look at this. So that's a sine wave. That's a square wave. And then if I do a ramping signal, it completely drops off. It's quite interesting. And then obviously the noise, it drops off. And then if I do a pulse, it's the same.
No worries.
It's the same on the instrument. So I'll just re-enable this. Yeah. So at the moment we're in a sine wave. Got 120. If we go a square wave, you'd expect it to be 120. And you do a ramping, it actually doesn't like that for some reason. And you do a pulse, and it's doing a thing. But if I go ramp and change the frequency of it just slightly, I think it would. Yeah, it kind of works. So if I can get that at a set, hang on, see if I drops out about 80. See if I can get a little bit more than that, so I can get an accurate readout there. So we'll try a sine wave. We try a square wave, and then we try a ramp. I wonder if we can change the duty cycle of this one here. Just, I actually don't. Oh, there we go. So 50%. We'll change that duty cycle a little bit and see what happens. So it's currently at 20% duty cycle, and it drops out. Okay, interesting. So what we have here is that pulse there. It's currently at 16%. At 16%, it's still there, and if we go 15%, it drops out. So that's its threshold. Interesting. And it's the same through the sine wave, and then the square wave. That's at 50%, obviously. And then we could do the ramp, and that's it. Doing it at the same speed, and then just do a pulse at 16%. Interesting. So if we go increase the frequency to let's do 150 hertz, because I just accidentally hit that button. It's not going. But what if we change the duty cycle of this? Just switching it up. There we go. Okay, so it requires a minimum of 43%, and then we have it here, 43%, 220 kilometers. And if we must be if we change it to 120 hertz, and then I change the duty cycle of that. Yeah, interesting. It's just got a different threshold now. So that's at 34%, and then it just drops out at 33%. Interesting. Cool. I learned something new about dash classes.